Hello, Meoni here. Welcome back to another video just to feature what was added in patch 7.3 to PvP. So of course we had a look at all of the trophy crystal gear that was added in patch 7.3. Of course there is series of 9. We looked at all of the rewards for this, but additionally to that there are the previous series rewards also added. PvP Series 3 then was in the 6.4 patch all those many months and years ago, and yes, that's where you could get those rewards that you can get now on the vendor. If you go to Universal Gear 2, you will actually see, if we tick the show only recently added items, on the armor section we have the false monarchy attire. So if you've always wanted to get this, then you can simply exchange 1500 trophy crystals for a single piece. This set then is quite awesome. I love this set. I think it is one of the more iconic gear sets from PvP. It certainly is nice to have something that is effectively plate metal that you can use on whatever job you want. This sort of breaks the class fantasy that seems to be, adamant about defending, the reason that they can't cross-class a lot of other gear in the game, yet we have outfits like this. I think it's absolutely fantastic. The dye ability of this is lovely as well with the dual dye palette. It is definitely a set to get. Yeah, so you can get that for 1500 trophy crystals per piece, and of course there is also the previous series stuff as well on the other section. If we go on here and tick the show only recently added items, you'll see there's the Falcons and Ravens framers kits as well for 1500 trophy crystals each. Those look pretty good. They're not the best framers kits they've ever added to the game, but they are certainly not the worst, especially if you wanted to represent some PvP. Some of the accents are nice actually, so you can mix and match with other bits and pieces, which is usually what I end up doing with portraits and framers kits in general. Then we also have an emote, which is the discreet discussion, which is the Link Pearl emote, which has a sound effect. And is pretty cool actually, especially for taking pictures or RP. A lot of people like to use this for in conjunction with macros to swap gear sets, things like that. They get a phone call essentially in their ear, and then they use a macro to jump up in the air, change their job, come back down, and they're a different job, that kind of thing. I've seen a lot of people use this. Pretty cool. That's 3000 trophy crystals. And then finally there's also the logistics node identification key, which, as most people will refer this to, is the melon mount. That's 5000 trophy crystals, looking like an elegant melon. It's pretty cool. It has a special action button where you can sort of spin around and do this sort of lightning thing. Yeah, obviously, there are other recolors of these nodes as well, but this one is a melon, and that's why a lot of people like it so much. That will cost you 5000 trophy crystals. Obviously, there are worse things to spend trophy crystals on, and I thought we'd just include this because I don't think we've covered it yet. And if you did miss out on previous series rewards, this is a great opportunity to go and do some more PvP and get some of the previous rewards. In fact, it seems they're adding, obviously in the previous patch to this, the previous series, we also got the Archfiend set as well, which is also another lovely set. So yeah, this stuff is starting to stack up, and they are actually, honoring their eventual promise of adding all of this stuff just to vendor. So there's a lot less FOMO to be worried about with PvP series when you can just effectively get trophy crystals to get the gear. But it will take upwards of a year or two to actually get to that point with the current patch cycle if you haven't already gone and farmed this stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're picking up any items if you're still doing PvP, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.